You look at the situation that we have now. I announced to run my run for president, I think almost a year ago. It might be this week. And when I announced there were 14 people in the race, we defeated a dozen of the fellas. I just got one more fella I got to catch up to. We started with 2% in Iowa. We finished with 20%. We got 43% of the vote in New Hampshire when they said we were 30 points down. But what happened the night of New Hampshire? You literally saw Donald Trump throw a temper tantrum on stage, talking about revenge. Then the next day, he said anybody that supports her is barred permanently from MAGA. Now think about that. If you're running for president of the United States, you're trying to bring in as many people as you can. It's a story about addition, not pushing people out of your club. Then the next day, he tries to get the RNC to name him the presumptive nominee. We don't do coronations in America. South Carolinians deserve the ability to vote on this, as do a bunch of other states. That's what we do in America. Then you go forward, and he loses a court case. And he throws another fit and goes on a rant and talks about being a victim. The part that bothers me about whether it's what happened in New Hampshire or what happened after the court case is at no point did he talk about the American people. At no point did he talk about the wasteful spending that's happening from Republicans and Democrats and the $34 trillion in debt. At no point did he talk about the fact that only 31% of 8th graders in our country are proficient in reading. At no point did he talk about a border that's completely open and lawless. It only takes one person to have a 9/11 moment. At no point did he talk about the lawlessness in our cities. And at no point did he talk about the wars that we have around the world. He only talked about himself. And then you go further than that, and our campaign disclosures come out. And you see he took $50 million of campaign contributions that were sent to him and spent them on legal fees for his personal court cases. And we look at what happened last week. He loses another case where he doesn't have immunity in all these court cases. He's already said he's going to spend more time in a courtroom than on the campaign trail. That's problem number one. You can't win like that. Then we lose a deal on the border. Being able to impeach Secretary Mayorkas, he lost that because he had his fingers in that. We lost a vote on Israel. The RNC lost her party chair position. The RNC is broke. And he's got his fingerprints in all of that. Now, I voted for Donald Trump twice. I was proud to serve America in his administration. But the problem is chaos follows him. You know it's true. And we can't go through and have a country in disarray and a world on fire and go through 4 more years of chaos. We won't survive it. We have got to have a new generational leader.